Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to discuss about the defibrillators. Defibrillators, visually you might be seeing, you might have seen in some movies whenever the person is going almost, his heart is not working, functioning, or the person is eventually dying because of the cardiac arrest, where they cannot use the normal pumping techniques with the hands. The doctors will use defibrillators. That means they will give the electric shock, okay, the high voltage electric shock, so that suddenly the particular heart of the function of the heart can be restored like to the normal rhythm. For example, this is how it looks like. So you take like this, and you just give the defibrillators like this, so that because of this particular shock, the electrical activity is delivered effectively in this particular part of the heart, so that the heart will get this particular electrical current, okay, to the ventricles and atrium and all, so that that particular heart will start beating normally, or the rhythm will, it restores its function normally. That's it. In this topic we are going to study in detail how exactly, what are the defibrillators and what materials is used and what is the purpose. All those things we are going to study. So far we discussed about almost all topics under the heart. Okay, this is the last topic of this module. So far we discussed a quick recap we can have. The first thing what we discussed is a brain. Under brain we discussed 7 different topics. It's architecture and EEG, and how this and also the, for example, the engineering solution for the Parkinson disease, and how the brain, the electrical impulse can be measured, electrical activity can be measured. All those things we discussed in under this particular brain. And then we discussed about eye and how the eye acts as a camera system. Okay, all other those things we discussed, and also the structure of the eye, architecture of the eye, along with the rod cells, and as well as the cone cells, and how they work, how they function, what are their functions. That also we discussed. And also we discussed about cataracta and optical corrections in the particular eye. And finally we started the last topic, that is major topic, that is heart as pumping system. So under that we discussed about 5 different topics, including architecture of the heart, ECG to measure the electrical activity of the heart, and then we discussed about heart related issues, and as well as how exactly the blockage will be happens, so that is the reasons for that. And then finally we discussed about the previous class we discussed about the pacemaker, and just before that we discussed about the stents. So how the stents can be used to make sure that in order to stop the blockages, or the blocked arteries or capillaries can be opened up with the help of balloon catheter, and then you deploy this particular stent, so that the particular capillary will not be blocked. So those are very the interesting concepts you should be remembering. You don't have to study much. You just, if you remember whatever I am explaining, that is more than enough for your exam point of view, and to understanding the concept. So for the exam point of view, you can go through the notes and whatever materials I'm giving here. You can just take a screenshot and read, or also you can just in the next upcoming short, I am making one of the short video where I'll be sharing my WhatsApp link. You join the link there, because most of the students are asking the notes for this particular subject, because the exam is approaching, and also they are asking me to make a video on question bank. So soon after this topic I'll be making the question bank video, and that I'll be posting hopefully by today itself. And along with that I'll be keeping one of the the link, that is WhatsApp group link for SR Academy, so that you can join there. And since usually, frankly speaking, I won't share notes publicly, because I am writing a book on this particular subject, since it is a very new subject for all engineers. So in order to get that particular notes, if you really want the notes after going through my videos or even these PPTs, so you can get back to me through that WhatsApp link, and I will put few conditions to everyone, and if you are following those conditions, personally I am going to send you the particular notes. okay, along with the question bank, so that you can study well and do well in your exams. So usually I won't share notes, but with some certain conditions I can provide the notes also. Okay, so that I will explain everything in the WhatsApp group once you join the group. The link will be provided in the next short, which is coming up in today only. So for module 5 I'll be doing that short, so in that the link will be shared, okay, so that you can join the group. Okay, so that's it, and in the next upcoming video, in the question bank video, that I will be explaining how exactly you should answer, what are COs and POs, and all those things I will explain there. Okay, so let's start with this topic. So defibrillators is nothing but a medical device that delivers the electrical shock, so, sudden electric shock to the heart, so that it restores its normal rhythm in the case of cardiac arrest or other life-threatening heart rhythm disorders. If the person is experiencing the cardiac arrest or heart attack, or even any kind of life-threatening heart rhythm disorders, then we can use these defibrillators. We can deliver the huge amount of shock, electric shock, so that the heart will restore its electrical impulse capacity. That means the normal rhythm in the case of these particular issues like cardiac arrest or life-threatening heart rhythm disorders. Understanding it's wherever there is a heart attack, when we are not able to give the because for medicine there won't be time for again implanting this particular just we spoke pacemaker. That is also would take time, so surgery and also by then the person won't be there. So we need to somehow in a short period of time we need to restore the electrical impulse or electrical activity of the heart. So for that we are going to deliver the electric shock to the heart, so that it will restore its normal rhythm or normal beating process. Okay, so defibrillators can be external, that means from outside the body, okay, or can be internal also. Okay, most probably it will be placed on the chest, it will be external only, whereas some cases internally it will be, that is implanted within the body. So ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ, ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್. ಆ ಡಿವೈಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಲೈಫ್ ಥ್ರೆಟ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ, ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗ ನಾವು ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ ಸತ್ತೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಡೋ ಇದು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇದು ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಏನೇನು ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದರದ್ದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ರಿಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅದ್ರ ವರ್ಕನ್ನು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಂಥ ವಿಷಯ ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಸಡನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಪೇಸ್ ಮೇಕರ್ ಹಾಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಗೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಾಕ್ ಅರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ನಾವು ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅದು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಹಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದು ರಿಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ರಿಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್. ಸೊ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಹ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ತುಂಬ ಕಡೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ design of defibrillator. So usually what it consists? So it consists of power source. When you want to give the electric shock, you need to have a power source. So power source should be there, electrode should be there. We cannot directly give with the wires like electric shock like that. Electrode should be there, okay, that should be placed on the chest or deliver electric shock to the heart. And then electric circuitry will be there. Circuitry should be there because it should have control over the how much amount of the electric shock should be given, the timing, strength, the duration of the shock, all those things can be monitored, okay, so that we can have a control over the electrical shock, how much you are giving, the time, how much time, and strength, duration, all those things, manipulation or what controlling should be there. So that needs circuitry. Okay, to have a control we need to have a circuitry. Okay, so next display. So display should be there where it provides the information about the heart rhythm, battery life, and other relevant information. So display will be given so that after giving the shock, whether there is any change is there in the electrical activity of the heart. So that display will have that information. Also the battery life of the defibrillators, because you are giving a lot of this thing, right, shock, right, that requires huge amount of power supply. So that's why whether the battery life is there or not, that should be there, because when the person goes with the after the severe accident and suddenly his heart starts beating slow, and when they see that the heart is going to experience a heart attack, then they will have to give the defibrillators or the shock. So when you are going for defibrillators, if the battery is 10%, 5%, they cannot operate, right? So that's why in this display it should have the heart rhythm, okay, whether how it is function, and then in battery life, okay, and also other relevant information should be there, like oxygen level, that is everything will be there in this particular display. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕು, ಪವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪವರ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕನ್ನು ಹಾರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ವೈರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಇಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಇಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಬೇಕು, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಶಾಕ್ ನೀವು ಡೆಲಿವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಪರ್ಸೆಂಟೇಜ್, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಪವರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟೈಮಿಂಗು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ, ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಶಾಕ್ ಇದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾನಿಟರ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಾವು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾವು ಹೊರಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಈ ಥರ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು, ಬಟ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟರಿ ಸಹ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು? ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ನಮಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ರಿದಮ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಶಾಕ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ ಲೈಫ್ ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮತ್ತು PSO SO ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ECG ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ ಥರ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So this is exactly the defibrillator looks like. So these are the paddles. Okay, so these are the paddles what he is holding now. So these are the paddles. Here the electrodes will be there. Here the shock will be given. Okay, and these are the connection electronic circuitry where the power supply will be given to the battery. So this is the you are going to give. So one from the upper part, one from the down part. So here upper part, down part, it will create this kind of shock waves. So these kind of shock waves, one will be given to the like almost like atrium place where exactly the atrium is there, and another one will be wherever the ventricles will be there. So once they receive the electrical signal from external, then they will start beating. Okay, so when they start, because this beating heart is beating because of the electrical pump, electrical impulse. So when there is electrical pump, is heart beating is reduced. So we are going to give the external electrical impulse or electrical current so that the particular ventricles and ventricles starts contracting and which can give you the heart rhythm or heartbeats. Okay, that's how we are going to save the particular person. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಫೈಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ ಪ್ಯಾಡಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ಯಾಡಲ್ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಪ್ಯಾಡಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು ಇದು ಪ್ಯಾಡಲ್ಸ್ ಥರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಡ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಈ ಥರ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಕರೆಂಟನ್ನು ಅದು ಶಾಕನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಶಾಕ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವೇವ್ಸ್ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಇದೇ ಥರ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ವೆಂಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವೇವ್, ಅದು ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವೇವ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆರ್ಟ್ರಿಯಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಇದರದ್ದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿಯಿಂದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಬೀಟ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೀಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅವಾಗ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಪುಷ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಪುಷ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಫಿಬ್ರಿಲೇಟರ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ. So this is exactly how the particular this thing, the paralysis looks like, defibrillator looks like. Okay, so wait for my next module. This is the complete of the completion of the module 2. The only module 3 is remaining in this subject. So module 3, along with, as I told you in the introduction, along with the module 3, just before the module 3, I am going to upload a video on the question bank, because many students are requesting me to provide question bank, so the exams are approaching. So module 3 you can study later. So today I'll obviously module 3 within a week I will upload all the videos of module 3 also. So far whatever 4 modules have been completed, go through my videos. If you have any doubts, please get back to me, and soon in the next video I'm going to send you the WhatsApp group link, so that you can join in the WhatsApp link. And so many of you are asking notes. So notes usually I won't provide, because I am writing a textbook on it. So but I can provide with some conditions that I can explain in the WhatsApp group. So next video, in the short video I will make, in that short video I am going to give you the particular WhatsApp link, group link, so that you can join the group link and follow the rules or follow the conditions, so that I can give you the notes individually. I am not putting it in a group, so that, because it should not be publicly available as of now, because once the book is published, then not a problem. Okay, so since the material is being prepared and extra effort has been given to it, so that's why that's why I'm going to do in this way. Don't get me wrong, you are having all the videos which are accessible to you, almost all the PPTs what I've designed, which are better than the notes, are here. So we can study from those PPTs also, and notes definitely I'll give, but with some conditions that you, after joining the group, you will have to know. Okay, which will be, the information will be given in the next video. If any doubts, please get back to email it to me. Okay, so that I can clarify your doubts before exam. Okay, in the next video, please be attentive and try to don't miss the next video, because I'll be giving you the question bank and explanations, how exactly you have to write for what question, how you have to design your answers, like that, and I'm going to discuss. So that's it, that's the end of the module 2. So let's wait for the next one shot, and then model question paper, and then module 3 to go. Okay, so within a week we will try to finish this subject. By then.